Thank you for joining us this evening for our webinar series. If you've missed any of our past webinars, you can watch them on our YouTube channel. If you have any questions throughout the webinar, we will be holding them until the end, but you can submit them at any time via the Q&A icon at the bottom of your screen. Today, I'm happy to bring you Samantha Spitale with a presentation on our Browse program. Samantha received her BLA in Landscape Architecture at the University of Georgia with a minor in horticulture. She started her career in children's environmental education and is specialized in high-end residential landscape design, as well as large-scale land planning senior living design, including therapeutic gardens and biophilic design. She's worked with animals ever since she could walk and currently trains dogs when she is not busy designing or volunteering with the Humane Society of the United States and Project Chimps. Take it away, Sam.
Thank you, Megan, for that introduction. Today's presentation, we're going to cover Project Chimp's overview, chimp food facts, definition of Browse, intro to the Browse program, Browse enjoyed by our chimps, donation requirements, and how you can help. Project Chimps is an over 230-acre sanctuary in the Blue Ridge Mountains created specifically to help chimps formerly used in medical research. And we've been transporting those chimpanzees from Louisiana to the Blue Ridge Mountains since 2016. And our mission is to provide lifelong exemplary care to the chimpanzees retired from research. Currently, our 77 chimpanzees live in the Peachtree habitat, which is 6 acres. They have 4 villas and the main family McGrath Chateau. Now, family relationships are vital to the chimpanzees, and even though there are only 2 that are actually blood-related family members here, they're twins, they do gather in small groups. In the wild, they can live in extended groups up to 120 chimpanzees, but here at Project Chimps, the chimpanzees are in smaller groups from 13 to 19 chimpanzees. Each day they get 3 meals of healthy food, and they also receive snacks, a variety of fruits, vegetables, and nuts. They also have daily enrichment to keep their minds stimulated since they are very, very smart. So what is Browse? Browse is food that the chimpanzees would have to browse, search for, or find in the wilderness. Here are a couple of our chimpanzees looking at their browse right now in the habitats. Although chimpanzees and humans have similar makeup, chimpanzees' digestive tracts can handle quite a bit more fiber than ours can. We couldn't just go out into the wilderness and eat a bunch of leaves and sticks and stems and think that our stomach wouldn't have a stomachache later. So with that, they eat a lot of greenery. They also love fresh foods, just like us. They eat 6 to 7 pounds of food a day. And since we currently have 77 chimpanzees on site, that's roughly 460 to 540 pounds of food a day. Now we do have gardens, greenhouses, and local flora and fauna on site, like sourwood, willow, sweet gum, and bamboo. But in addition to our 77, the future will bring us another 130 chimpanzees to the sanctuary, so support is definitely needed. Costs $22,000 a year per chimpanzee for food, housing, medical care, and enrichment activities. This isn't a program to ask each of you to send $22,000 a year. So we have created a supplemental program to help out with the browse that we already have on site. And who can help? You guys. You're likely growing chimpanzee food in your own backyard. Chimpanzees eat the food for more than just a tasty treat. In the wild, they're able to forage for a variety of plants that not only have nutritional value, but medicinal as well. It's been studied that many of the plants that chimpanzees eat fight off certain maladies and ailments. They're able to choose plants that kill bacteria, ward off viruses, and even support the immune system from possible cancers. We're going to go over a few plants that the chimpanzees enjoy. But before that, I just want to note that the medicinal properties discussed are specifically in relation to humans and chimpanzees, and that these plants are not suitable for other animals or pets. Some of them are even toxic to dogs and cats, so please don't feed them to your pets. Coneflower, Echinacea family. There are about 10 species of coneflowers, and they range from different colors of dark purples, pale pinks, whites, and yellows. These are great for immunostimulants, anti-inflammatory responses, which are including respiratory issues. So if you have a cold or bronchitis, they're a great supplement for helping with that. One of our chimpanzees just loving to eat coneflowers. Tulip poplar. I'm sure you guys have seen these bloom in the spring and fall. It's a deciduous tree, coarse texture. They're pyramidal in shape and kind of oval rounded when they get older. They are fragrant and yellow, and they actually are helpful for toothaches. And the inner bark used to be used for digestive aid by the Native Americans. Elderberry. Chimpanzees love elderberry. It's a deciduous shrub, white flowers, and rich purple berries. These berries and flowers are packed with antioxidants and vitamins, and they are ripe in August through September. They're a great immune booster. They tame inflammation as well and lessen stress. I think we could all use some elderberry. They help prevent and ease cold and flu symptoms, but these are one of the ones that are toxic to dogs and cats. So even though they have all these great properties, don't feed them to your pets. But if you want to bring them to the chimpanzees, they'd be glad to have them. Flowering dogwood, another familiar favorite. Deciduous with medium texture and medium growth rate. You see them in white, pink, and rose-colored blossoms, and they bloom from March to April. They have a scarlet red color in the fall with fruit that is really bright and showy. The seedlings of dogwoods are often planted in the woodland landscapes and grow fairly easily here in Georgia. Forsythia, non-native shrub that was brought over and now grows pretty readily. They have a bell-shaped bright yellow flowers. They emerge in April or May before the leaves come out. And they're a very sweet flower for a lot of species out there. Non-ornamental seeds, and the capsules are green and brown as they mature. And this plant helps reduce inflammation. Willow tree. The bark of the willow tree is actually great for pain and aspirin and ailments of that nature, headaches. Although the chimpanzees probably are not pulling the bark off to help with the headache, they do love the leafy greens, and there are a variety of willows that can be harvested for their fresh leaves in the spring and summer. Miscanthus, very highly productive, very easy to grow, and it's a perennial grass. And I'm sure a lot of you have these in your yard, or if you don't, you've seen them cut back. Perfect time to bring them up to the sanctuary and feed them to the chimpanzees. Many varieties, and they're extremely high in fiber. About 80% of the diet within them is fiber. Ability to grow on very small land and relatively cold weather conditions too. So that makes a great addition to the Georgia landscape. Bradford pear, white beautiful flowers before the leaves come out in the spring. You may recognize the smell of some of them, might not be so great to our nostrils. The chimpanzees love eating the fruits that are about marble size, and also the flowers and the leaves. Canna lily. Now we can't get this one mixed up with calla lily, which is toxic to our chimpanzees. So make sure it's canna lily if you drop them off. They are phenomenal plant for the chimpanzees. They are able to consume the entire plant from root to flower, and the roots or the rhizomes actually have 70% carbs and great food source for the chimpanzees. Typical flower color, red, orange, and yellow. Bamboo. So bamboo can be is an evergreen perennial in flowering plants, and it's in the grass family. The chimpanzees like to eat the young green pieces. It's easier to eat for them, and they'll play with the older pieces. Lots of great toys for them. Here are a couple of pictures of our chimpanzees enjoying some bamboo. All and any herbs. If you have an herb garden that is overgrown, don't toss it away, bring it on up. Chimpanzees love these for a delicious snack. Includes basil, mint, dill, sage, parsley, rosemary. And here are a couple others. Basil, great for reducing stress, really strong antibacterial properties. Antioxidants, also helps with inflammation and swelling, and boosts immunity and metabolism, also great for digestion. Dandelion can detoxify the liver and support liver health, helps with skin infections, bone health, and help prevent urinary infections. Parsley relieves bloating and helps digestive health, supports bone health, and another rich source of antioxidants. So, what do the chimps enjoy? We went through a few here in our list, but there is an extensive list, I believe over 200 or 300 plants, that you can go on our website and find here for yourself. It'll give you the full list of what they are, and then you can also look them up on the Georgia website, the UGA website, to verify what the plants look like. So how can you help? We're always looking for fresh, healthy donations. Recently felled landscape or recently trimmed. Do you have extra veggies in your latest harvest? Do you grow tomatoes, cucumbers, or do you have more herbs than you need? Bring them up. The chimpanzees would love to have them. There are a few requirements though. We can't just take everything, although we would love to. They need to be cut within the last 24 hours or fall in the last 24 hours. We also are not able to take any portion of a plant that has been treated, even if it's an organic product. And that includes any kind of plant material that you would find in a right-of-way or on the side of the road, because we don't know what that's been treated with. So make sure the plant material comes from your own yard or your own property. We also will take branches with the leafy greens because they will climb and play on the tree limbs and use them for toys. And if you aren't sure what plant you have, again, you can go to the UGA extension site, which is also listed on our website, to find out what plants you have. Our website also has a link to be able to coordinate and donate your plant material. If you go to projectchimps.org, you'll click on support, head to donation, and then browse plant contributions. And right there at the top of the page is the orange button to coordinate and donate. And if you're unable to drop off browse, there are other ways you can be involved in our Project Chimps browse program. Tell a friend. Seriously, if you tell more than one friend, they'll tell another. Keep going. Post about us on social media. We're really trying to get the word out there. Or come out for one of our invasive species pull days. We're setting those up currently, and if you're interested, please let one of us know. Also, if you have other suggestions or outlets that you are involved in, would like to share how we might be able to connect with you, we would love to hear that as well. And now we are to our question and answer portion.
Thanks, Samantha. That was great. Very informative. So if you have any questions, now's the time that you can use that Q&A icon at the bottom of your screen and submit them now. Here's one, Sam. How did you learn about all the different medicinal properties of these plants?
I had a couple of classes, well, quite a few classes at the University of Georgia when I went to school there for landscape architecture. Picked up a minor in horticulture, so my medicinal plants knowledge grew there.
Nice. Someone is asking if they wanted to start growing something for the chimps and were new at growing. What things would you maybe suggest?
Oh, that's a great question. I would have to start with saying, depending on how much land you have, because if you're wanting to grow a whole swath of stuff, it'd be great to plant a lot of miscanthus or grasses, fruits and vegetables, and very easy to grow herbs. So herbs will grow quickly and you can have an abundance of them. That would be a nice thing to bring up.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Mhm.
Someone is asking if they have a lot of bamboo, but no tools or truck to deliver them, are there options?
That's a great question as well. We're working on organizing a group of people within different areas of Georgia to figure out who would be available to help with a situation like that. If you want to send your email to Megan and Allie, then we'll be able to contact you with further information when we know more.
Yes, and if you do need to send any questions in, you can email us at browse@projectchimps.org. We have one more question coming in. Someone is saying they're a master gardener. Can they volunteer with us?
Oh, yes, absolutely. We actually have a Master Gardeners program, um, and they meet, I believe, now once a month on site, but there's more information on that, I believe, on the website, Megan.
I believe so, or they could send us an email and we could absolutely connect them with the other master gardeners. And as far as just joining our volunteer program, we
Mhm.
would love to have more volunteers that love to work in the garden. We always have need extra help out at Project Harvest, our garden on site as well. So absolutely, we have lots of fun volunteering opportunities.
And I know there's
Oh,
need for maintaining some of the plant material on site that is being fed to the chimpanzees.
yes, and someone is asking, what is Project Harvest? Would you like to take that one, or you want me to tell them a little bit about Project Harvest?
You go ahead and let them know.
Great. Well, Project Harvest is our own garden on site that we broke ground on last year. It's about a total of an acre, but we're working within a fenced in about a third of an acre that we have all sorts of different great vegetables. We did grow over 700 pounds of our own vegetables on site last year, and we're hoping to continue to increase that number. But it is a project that is mainly run by volunteers. So definitely getting more people out there to help water, to help weed, to help harvest. Everything helps as far as getting fresh, healthy food on site that we're growing all organic for the chimps. And then we're helping overall the environment, reducing our carbon footprint and giving the chimps some yummy, tasty treats as well. Well, thank you, Samantha. That was a wonderful presentation. And for everybody who joined us, thank you. We appreciate you. You can find more information about our Browse program on our website under the support tab, or you can send us that email at browse@projectchimps.org. You can catch us next month, third Thursday at 5 p.m. for the final webinar in this series. And you can watch all of our past webinars on our YouTube channel. Until then, thank you for your continued support of the chimps, and we couldn't do it without you.
Thank you.